Ladies and gentlemen, I've returned bringing you some recent gaming news, and lots of things are going to be changing on this channel. You might be surprised by the new format, but anyway, here we go. Without further ado, our first story for today, right? Coming from Pirate Nation. Now, this is an interesting piece of news, right? This is a few days old, but I will have to warn you, right? Even though, what Pirate Nation has posted here is very alarming, but part of it is complete speculation. Like, for example, as it says, go to anime convention for Brown Dust 2. Get arrested for having Brown Dust 2 on your phone. Now, first things first, we have to get a few things straight here, okay? If we go to the actual article here from Sunday World, I will be posting the link to this article in the description. I read this a little bit. Nowhere in here does it say, really. Does it cite what kind of game it is that's being, that was being, inspected, that was discovered on this man's phone, right? Nowhere does it say, and I don't think I've encountered any other articles either as well, citing what kind of game exactly that it was. Now, even though, on Twitter they might say Brown Dust 2, we can't really confirm that. Okay, so, just to set things straight, I think my personal theory is that, this guy checked out some weird forum or, what do you call those websites now? Some 4chan board or something, right? And some guy who, doesn't particularly like, games like Brown Dust 2 with lolly characters like Raffetia here, right? Being depicted like this, try to attach Brown Dust 2 to this article, right? But still, there's no verification of that yet as far as I'm concerned, but oh well. Let's get into the actual story itself, actually. Here it says, a young man was found in possession of child sex abuse animation images. That's, in this day and age, when authorities say child sex abuse animation, right? First things first, their definition of sex abuse, right, is a little bit weird since, this is coming from Dublin, right? Dublin is from Scotland, Ireland? I cannot tell. It's one of those, British Isles, okay? British Isles places. But still, you know how those guys are with, abuses against minors, right? You can never tell what they'll take seriously and what they don't. Right? And add on to that the fact that it is about animation, so it's not even really concerning like real minors, right? An example of a real child abuse situation that you might be concerned about is the guy who was the author for Rurouni Kenshin. That guy apparently, well, I'll say allegedly, was found with actual CP on his devices, right? CP concerning actual real children. And then there's another case of this one other VTuber artist guy very recently, I might cover that in a separate video, who also exposed himself as being involved with a minor, in a physical sense, right? so the fact that this is coming from the British Isles, right, and it's concerning sex abuse of an animation fictional characters is a little bit yikes, a little bit concerning that they actually go and bother to check your phone at the airport. Like, why? But also, like, why would this guy even allow them to do that? And what possible precedent that the airport authorities have even to check this guy's phone, right? And I don't know, like, I feel like this is a complete abuse or, complete, I don't know the legal terms of it, mishandling of the enforcement of the law, because I'm pretty sure animations, fictional characters do not have human rights that you can violate. Okay, so look, what the hell? So continuing on, Finley Bout, 21 years old, from England, was traveling to Comic-Con when he was randomly stopped by US Homeland Security in Dublin, a court heard. He was granted bail, and the case against him was adjourned for the directions of the DPP. Okay, let me just continue here. Mr. Boud, a supermarket cashier, humble cashier, poor guy, from Harbourview Close, Brixham, Devon, is charged with 2 offenses under the Child Trafficking and Pornography Act. Like, again, Like, you have a law here, right? That you're trying to apply to an animation, an images. Let's just say, for example, for the sake of argument, that they did see Refutia here. Like, this is a fictional character. What exactly are you abusing here? The pixels? You can molest the ones and zeros now? I'm confused, okay? Make it make sense, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. One charge alleges that he was in possession of anime images. Oh, dear lord. You can get arrested for a PNG of a freaking fictional character now, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. What's more concerning of Sam? A lot of people have already made the argument that this guy, okay, from England, he was allowed to, I'm assuming, allowed to have downloaded the app itself, Brown Dust 2, on his phone. Okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody from Dublin or Ireland can tell me this, if they are allowed to even download Brown Dust 2 on their phone. If they are, how the hell do they have any reason to arrest him over possessing these images? Why? He was allowed to download the freaking app in the first place. Hello? Okay. The second states he possessed child pornography category 3 anime images. I'm not looking that up. I'm not going to bother. Garda Rebecca Doyle told Dublin District Court she arrested the accused at Ballymun Garda Station at 9:15 p.m. last night. He made no reply to the court after caution, and he was handed copies of the charge sheet, she says. The Garda objected to bail on the basis that Mr. Brown was a UK national and was considered a flight risk. 21-year-old cashier. Okay, weeb man. Look at this guy. What is this guy a threat to? It doesn't look like a threat to anything except, like, you know, maybe the freaking gourmet table. I don't know. Look at this guy. This guy is a threat. This guy is a flight risk, right? Muhammad, on the other hand, yeah, you can fly them in by the thousands and millions into the UK, into the British Isles. Why the hell not? This guy, on the other hand, no, can't have that. Can't have freaking pasty white boy flying around with Brown Dust 2 on his phone. God damn it. Okay, continue on. The court heard the accused was flying to New York when he was subject to a random stop. Yeah, bullshit random stop in Dublin by US Homeland Security. Okay, first of all, US Homeland Security, right? Why are they checking? Why do they have any do they have anything illegal? Does the US think that Brown Dust 2 is illegal? Defense barrister Paddy Flynn applied for bail. GDA Doyle agreed that the accused was cooperative and had made contact with his mother while in Garda custody. The Garda was present. Come on, man, he's 21 years old, right? Why call his mother over this? The Garda was present when that occurred, and she was satisfied that the person he called was his mother. Mr. Bowd was of limited means but could provide 400 euros for bail. Yeah, he's a cashier. Of course, he has limited means, Mr. Flynn said. GDA Doyle said she has seen the accused's bank account. Okay, why are you, son of a gun, they're even checking his bank account? Jesus! What is this? What the hell is Europe turning into right now? I don't know. And accepted that was a large sum of money for you. Okay, come on now. You just call this man broke. In legal terms? Why? Poor dude. He was working as a supermarket cashier, earning £600 per week. Christ, man, poor guy. Mr. Flynn said. Judge John Brennan granted bail with a €400 cash lodgement as a condition. The accused, whose phone was seized, is to be contactable through his mother until he can provide Garda with an... Okay, this... Did they have AI write this? It's a weird typo here. He was remanded on bail to appear in court again on November the 6th. The judge granted free legal aid following an application by Mr. Flynn, who said his client was a young man with difficult charge over Brown Dust Fucking 2. Again, we don't know if Brown Dust 2 was the actual thing that he got in trouble for. But still, okay, let's just, hypothetically speaking, okay? He's not yet entered, please. Okay, so that's it, right? I mean, let's face it. Let's point out the elephant in the freaking room here. If this guy wasn't pasty white dude, but thinly bound for his name, what if he was freaking Ahmed Muhammad or something, right? I mean, he was flying around with actual CP in his phone. Do you think they will bother to charge him? I don't think they will. No, 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 no. They will let him fly right back. Let him into the freaking country. Put him up in the 4-star hotel. Let him, have access to the freaking elementary schoolyard or some shit, school playgrounds. Just, oh, Jesus Christ. What is going on with Europe? Like, let's face it. If this guy was a little bit more brown, right, a little bit more Arab, let's face it, he would have gotten away with a lot worse, right? Especially if it's, Ireland, the UK, whatever. Those guys have messed up big time. Dear Jesus. Oh my God. But oh well. That's about all that I would say about this. This is absolutely, like, absolute 1984, right? I don't know what's going on. Why is it that we have this seemingly sort of coordinated international effort, not only to crack down on, anything related to Eastern, media, Eastern culture, right? This is basically sort of, even though Brown Dust 2 is, I know, a Korean game, right? Anime itself is in general like perceived as a Japanese thing, as an East Asian thing, maybe, China not included, but the point is there seems to be an international crackdown over this sort of media, anime, and seemingly also a very, very different application of the law for, Mr. Bao over here, right? Pale, white guy, a little bit chubby, okay, a little bit derpy, okay, I'm not gonna roast him any further, but still, you get the idea. Meanwhile, freaking, fucking Muhammad from Pakistan, who has like 15 sexual offenses from his country. Okay, maybe, no, not from his country, but probably wouldn't charge him for that either in his home country of freaking Pakistan. But he gets to, get put up on a 4-star hotel over taxpayers' money. This guy, fucking Finley Bao, probably pays taxes to put those people in that hotel, yet he gets arrested over fucking anime. Fucking anime. Yet, the freaking grooming gangs, they get a slap on the wrist, okay? They're still roaming free up in the UK. What the hell? What the hell? That's it, rant over. This particular thing just, drove me up the wall as soon as I heard of it. But yeah, oh well. Next thing you know, this sort of shit is going to, come over to the US very, very soon, I think. The fact that US Homeland Security was involved in this has me concerned for, weeboos in America as well. The fact that they considered him a flight risk over freaking anime RPG, right? What? Are we supposed to assume, alright? Are we supposed to believe that freaking weeboos now are public enemy number one, like our flight risk here, a terror threat to the free world, right? Weeboos, this guy, no? Not the freaking millions of sex offenders they fly over and import into the UK, into Europe, into America. What the hell? So yeah, there it is. That's all I'll say about that.